Hello, sports fans, and welcome to Scott Sports 101 NFL Football Sunday, Week 6. I know I didn't get a chance. I was a little out of it Thursday, so I promise you'll get a Thursday Night Football pregame and postgame show this week, but I will recap the Thursday night game for you in just a moment. And we got a kind of an interesting Browns game going on right now at First Energy Stadium, where the Browns and Patriots are tied at 3 right now in the second quarter with 3:34 to go until halftime. We'll get to all that, and I'll break down what I think of what's going to happen in today's game. But first, here is today's Scott Sports 101 NFL Football Sunday Week 6 trivia question. And it is a Browns trivia question. During the Cardiac Kids 1979 and 1980 seasons, who was the Browns' leading quarterback? I will have the answer later in the podcast. We'll get to the Browns game in just a moment. To talking Browns in just a moment. Right now, I want to recap the game from Thursday night, which was the Washington Commanders, who beat the Chicago Bears 12-7 at Soldier Field in Chicago. And I thought Chicago would win this one, but how wrong I was. And there were only 2 touchdowns scored in this game, and I had Chicago, and so I lost on that one. It's a bye week for my brother-in-law and I with the picks, but I'm doing picks myself because I'm on a pick league. So, but I'll let you know. Chicago was one of them I took. I'll give you the rest in a little bit later. But right now, I'm going to recap this game for you. Whoops. Yeah, I'm going to recap it for you right now. The Thursday night game for you. The first quarter, the Bears had to punt after going 3 and out, 7 plays and 6 yards. Then the Commanders had to punt after going 3 and out, 3 plays and minus 5 yards. And then Chicago intercepted the ball, and it was at second and goal at the Washington 5. Fields pass short intended for Kmet, and it was intercepted by Allen at the Obata at the Washington 5 to the Washington 6 for 1 yard. So that's when the Commanders got the ball back. And then Washington had to punt again after going 3 and out, 5 plays and 18 yards, and it was scoreless after the first quarter. The Bears had a downs. It was 4th and goal at the Washington 1. It was Herbert left guard to the Washington 1 for no gain, and that really and that was a down. And then it went 3 and out, and then they had to kick off, and Washington had to punt after going 3 and out. 6 plays, 27 yards, and then Chicago went 3 and out to punt after 4 plays and 33 yards, and then Washington had to went 3 and out to punt again after 4 plays and 30 yards, and then Chicago had to punt, and they went 3 and out again after 3 plays and 6 yards, and then Washington, the Commanders, got to the Chicago 20. It was a 4th and 6. And Sly with the 38-yard field goal attempt, and it was good. And it was 3-0 Washington. And then it was a touchback for 65 yards from the Washington 35 for the touchback. And then First and 10. Justin Fields sacked at the and out of bounds at the Chicago 25 for no yards. And second and 10. There was no gain. Second and 10. Justin Fields scrambles left tackle to Chicago 29 for 4 yards. And then third and 6. Justin Fields scrambles left to the Chicago for 11 yards. To Chicago 40. And then it was first and 10. Fields pass incomplete. Short left to Pettis for no gain. And then it was a second and 10 at the Chicago 43. Justin Fields pass short middle to Pettis to the Washington 45 for the 15-yard gain. And then it was a first and 10. Justin Fields passing complete deep middle to McCain. And it was no gain. And then it was 3-0 Washington at halftime. Then in the third quarter, it's kind of an interesting game all around Thursday night. The Commanders had to went 3-9 at the punt after 5 plays and 19 yards, and then the Bears scored their first touchdown and their only touchdown of the game, and it was second and 9 at the Washington 40. Justin Fields passed deep to Damian Pettis for the 40-yard TD for the 40-yard touchdown. And Santos' extra point was good. It was 7-3 the Bears. 7-3 Bears. And this was the first time the Bears led in this game. And then the Commanders, they got to fourth and 10 at the Chicago 40. Sly kicked a 28-yard field goal, and it was good. And it was 7-6 Bears. So the Bears trailed to a 1-point lead. And in the fourth quarter, Chicago had to win 3-0 at the punt after 6 plays and 8 yards. And then Washington had to punt. They went 3-0. Actually, their first punt to go after 3 plays and 4 yards. And then I think the Bears are gone 3-0 again. And the Commanders scored their first and only touchdown of the game. Actually, no, it was their first. It was Robinson left guard for the 1-yard touchdown, and a 2-point conversion attempt pass to Samuel is incomplete and it fails. And it was 12-7 Washington. And then Chicago had another turnover on downs. It was their second one. And it was Justin Fields pass incomplete short middle to Smith for no gain. And there was a penalty on Chicago, delay of game, and then that no gain. So and then the Commanders got the ball, and then they got to 4th and 4 at the Chicago 30. And it was Sly with the 48-yard field goal, and it was missed. It was no good, but wide left, and the score remained 12-7. And then the Bears had another turnover on downs, their third one of the night. This is what costed the Bears the game, the turnover on downs, all 3 of them. Justin Fields passed short right to Mooney to the Washington 1 for the 3-yard gain. And that's when, and there was no gain the pass before that. And that's when they had to turn the ball back over. Actually, yeah, there was a fumble too, and there was sacked. Chicago was recovered by Chicago, David Montgomery, and then they had that down. So, and then Carson Wentz went up the middle to the Washington 1 for no gain, and that was it. And nonetheless, the Washington Commanders win this game by the final score of 12-7, and only one touchdown from each team. Washington only one touchdown, and the Bears only have one touchdown. And this is just one of those games. Dante Pettis, excuse me. I said Damian Pettis. It's Dante Pettis. Excuse me. But right now, I'm going to give the game balls to the Commanders. Carson Wentz, 12 of 22 carries and attempts, 99 yards. There were no touchdown passes. Brian Robinson Jr., he gets one. And he had, oh, come on. He had 60 yards, one touchdown, 17 attempts. And I think it's Terry McLaurin. He gets one. 41 yards, 3 receptions. Washington goes to 2-4, and the Bears fall to 2-4. So they will have to the Bears will have to regroup for their opponent next week. And next Thursday night will be the New Orleans Saints and the Arizona Cardinals. And that will kick off Week 7. Well, right now, this is Week 6. We'll get to the Browns in just a moment. And we'll talk about that. But right now, it's time to reveal the answer to today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. During the Cardiac Kids 1979 and 1980 seasons, who was the Browns' leading quarterback? And if you said Brian Sipe, you are correct. Brian Sipe was the 13th round draft pick in 1972 out of San Diego State University. He was a member of the reserve, squad until 1974. 1980 proved to be his best season in Cleveland by being named the NFL MVP and the AFL and AFC Offensive Player of the Year and a Pro Bowl selection. The Browns were dubbed the Cardiac Kids due to late game and even last minute comebacks. They finished 9-7 in 1979, and in 1980 they improved to 11-5, but lost to the Raiders in the divisional playoffs. I'll have another trivia question on my next podcast, so stay tuned for that. Well, it's Week 6 of the NFL, and the Cleveland Browns, the 2-3 Cleveland Browns, will look to even up their record at 3-3 as they will take on the New England Patriots, as they are doing right now today at First Energy Stadium. And right now, the Browns are down 10-3 in the second quarter with 2:46 to go until halftime. And they've got they have a 2-minute warning until halftime. So they've got the ball right now. So, and the Browns are coming off and it's second attempt to Cleveland 41. The Browns are coming off a 38-28 loss at the hands of the LA Chargers, in Week 5 last week. And they need to stop the Patriots' running game because they are at it's 10-3 right now, and they've got to stop their running game. And you need to score right now, boys. They need to do it. So hopefully they can score and they can get back. They can take the lead as well. And I'm going to take a break. I'm going to come back and I'll give you the rest of my picks, including my Browns pick. So stay tuned. I'm coming.